Hey folks, I've heard from so many of you sentiments just like this. Quietly, urgently, but honestly, I want to resist. I keep being told that I need to resist, but I don't know what to do, and I don't see anybody else actually stepping up. You're not alone, and you're not wrong, and you're not imagining it. The truth is, we're in, your resistance history dispatch of the day, we're in a dangerous in-between moment. People are calling for action, assuming someone will appear to lead, but there's no leadership. There's no structure. There's no coordination. And so many feel paralyzed, and it's not from apathy, it's from absence. From absence. Resistance history of the United States and elsewhere, it teaches us something crucial, and it's an acknowledgement that comforts no one. I get this. Real resistance doesn't emerge from outrage. Well, at least it doesn't emerge from outrage alone, although that can fuel it for a time. Authoritarians, like this regime, don't stop because of a sea of signs. Real, effective resistance that rolls back authority. It emerges as a result of a process and of infrastructure. And so that infrastructure has three essential phases. It starts with protest, which is the expression of dissent, of disagreement. People build on each other, giving voice to that and spotlighting what's shared and where lines are being drawn. Then you move into opposition. This is the organization phase, creating parallel institutions to the ones that are failing you in the face of that power which compromises them. Even if it is in your own community, in your own block, but eventually more broadly connected. That challenges the legitimacy of power in coordinated ways. And then active resistance. That is sustained, strategic, and tactical pressure that forces power to respond or recalibrate, and they will respond. We have seen this movie. We know how it ends. And trying to get as many of your friends to watch that movie and understand how it ends too is part of this process. Right now, we're barely into protest. It hasn't even been 100 days. Can you imagine? And as Taylor Lorenz points out in a recent post that's really good, go take a look at it, even the level of protest we're looking at now doesn't reach the level of protest that it was this guy's first time around when things weren't anywhere near DEFCON 1. We are not yet in true opposition, and we are nowhere near coordinated resistance. It takes time, and it has to be said, it takes risk and it takes loss. People have to go from resistance as a moral choice to a practical and moral imperative. This is going to be a long haul. Once these folks get into power, they do not release it or leave it or relinquish it willingly. That's not an excuse, it's a call. Because resistance history also shows what happens next depends upon what we do right now. So if you're wondering what to do, here's what resistance history says works before effective resistance, active opposition, mass movements begin. The first part is micro-resistance. I cannot lean into this enough. This is the game right now for you. Disrupt what you can, where you are. Small acts matter. Boycotts, refusals, truth-telling, withdrawal of labor, civil disobedience. That's the kind of thing that I think Rachel meant when she said, do whatever you can do to your comfort level and then go a little bit beyond it. Think about it this way. Prop up what they try to knock down, such as restoring the history that they want to erase, telling the stories they want to ignore, supporting the people they want to disappear. Don't wait for a movement or a leader to validate your action. For instance, the notable Liz, if you take a look at my post on the new NEH, she has a wonderful idea about how to throw wrenches into the works of the moronic Garden of Heroes thing. Make them pay for every single thing they take from you. Make it expensive for them. Make it annoy them. Make it take their time. Make it take their money for them and their allies who are complicit. Make them all pay for every step that they take, for everything they take from you. And don't think that any step is too small or, frankly, too petty. There's also self-preparation. Get ready. Train, learn, understand how Black Americans did and do it. Build networks, learn digital security, understand your financial situation and how to protect it. Know where your passports are and when they expire. And start talking across your community lines now. Not when it's too late, when you're not going to be able to talk to them at all. And work on building community infrastructure. Real resistance is collective, it's collaborative, but it operates outside of the legacy institutions and networks that are failing now. And that means kitchens, bail funds, other kinds of support systems, and trusted communication. I cannot stress enough how in all of the work that I'm doing on resistance history right now, how important trusted communications are for every effective resistance movement. And part of that, by the way, is knocking down the weak parts. I swear to God, if people are following Roy Casagrande, stop now and tell your friends to not do it. The guy is a cancer as bad as Jordan Peterson and Graham Hancock. You gotta rely on people who know what they are talking about and cut out everybody else. It's going to be hard enough for us to keep up with what's going on in reality. The Underground Railroad worked because it was a trusted network that knew what it was about and skeptical of everyone outside of it. It wasn't a symbol, and it didn't talk crap. We don't have to wait for a perfect plan or a charismatic leader. We need people ready to act when the moment comes. But make no mistake, if we don't build it now, we will have nothing to stand on when authoritarianism makes its final play. You're not too late, even with things as awful as they are. They're just too early. But early is exactly when resistance begins. But let's keep talking about this. We're all in this together.